The scream echoed through the marble hallway so suddenly that every employee froze where they stood. "Help! Somebody help my mom!" People turned, confused and startled, but no one moved. No one except the janitor pushing his cleaning cart quietly near the elevator. The little girl, 8 years old, trembling, tears streaking her face, ran past the suits and executives and clung to the janitor's leg as if he were the only safe person in the world. "Please," she sobbed. "My mom. They beat her, she's dying." The entire lobby fell silent. And at that moment, the illusion of the man they thought he was, a quiet janitor with worn shoes and tired eyes, shattered. Because Ethan Cole didn't hesitate. He knelt, gently lifted the child's chin, and said, "Take me to her. Now." His voice didn't tremble, it commanded. The little girl nodded desperately and pulled him toward the parking lot. Executives stared in confusion. The CEO herself, Ava Morgan, rushed down the stairs just in time to hear her daughter scream. "Mom's dying. Ethan, please." Ava's face went pale. Why him? Why go to him? But her daughter only sobbed harder, clinging to Ethan like he was the only person she trusted. And Ava could only follow helplessly. Because nothing made sense. Not yet. 3 months earlier, the janitor who wasn't really a janitor. Ethan had joined Morgan Enterprises earlier that year. A quiet man, never complained, always arrived early and stayed late. Most people ignored him, some mocked him. Executives brushed past him like he didn't exist. But little Lily, Ava's daughter, noticed what others didn't. Ethan was gentle, patient. He always smiled at her. When she struggled with panic attacks since her parents' divorce, Ethan taught her breathing exercises that worked better than anything else. He could calm her faster than trained therapists. Ava had wondered about that, but she was always too busy to ask. And she had no idea she was about to learn the truth in the most terrifying way. The day everything went wrong. Lily had gone home early with her nanny while Ava stayed for a board meeting. What no one knew was that Ava's abusive ex-husband had been released 2 weeks earlier and had been stalking her silently. He waited until only Lily's mother and nanny were home. He arrived shouting, drunk, furious, and violent. The nanny escaped with Lily through the back door, but Ava wasn't so lucky. By the time Lily reached the office screaming for help, her mother was lying unconscious in her bedroom, bleeding, struggling to breathe. Ava's ex had vanished. The rescue, the secret that shocked everyone. Lily pulled Ethan through the parking lot, Ava trying to keep up behind them, heartbreaking, fear gripping her chest. "How do you know where we live?" she demanded breathlessly. Ethan didn't look back. Lily described it once. That was enough. They reached Ava's apartment door, which was half broken from the attack. Ava gasped, "No, my God." But Ethan pushed inside first. Ava's mother lay on the floor, bruised, barely breathing. Blood on her forehead, hands shaking, her chest rising in weak, uneven puffs of air. Ava froze in shock. "Mom, Mom." But Ethan didn't freeze. He dropped to his knees, placed 2 fingers on the woman's neck, and immediately took charge. "She has internal bleeding. Pulse is weak. She's slipping into shock." Ava cried, "How do you know that?" Ethan ignored the question. His voice became sharp, trained, commanding. "Ava, get blankets. Lily, get water. Move." Ava had never been ordered like that in her life, but she obeyed without thinking. Ethan slid one hand under the injured woman's neck, tilting her head to open the airway, while his other hand pressed gently on her ribs. "She needs pressure here. Carefully. Don't panic." Ava stared. "Who are you?" But she already knew the answer wasn't just a janitor. Ethan worked with a speed and precision she had only seen in emergency doctors. He checked her pupils, monitored her breathing, stabilized her position to prevent further injury. Then he put 2 fingers behind her jaw and pressed a specific nerve point. Within seconds, her breathing steadied. Ava whispered, that technique, where did you learn that?" Ethan finally looked at her, his eyes calm, steady, trained. "I was Special Forces combat medic for 9 years, he said softly. "Saving lives was my job." Ava gasped. Lily stared at him with awe. Everything suddenly made sense. The way he moved, spoke, reacted. He wasn't a janitor. He was a soldier, a healer, a protector. The ambulance, The unexpected twist. When paramedics arrived, they were stunned. One of them said, "Who stabilized her? She would have died without this intervention." Ava pointed. "We owe everything to him." The paramedics nodded at Ethan with deep respect. But when they tried to take Ava's mother into the ambulance, the little girl ran to Ethan again. "Come with us, please." Ava looked at Ethan, broken and shaking. Will you come too?" Ethan hesitated. "I'm just the janitor," he said quietly. Ava stepped forward. "No, you saved my daughter's life once with your kindness. Now you saved my mother's life with your courage." Her voice cracked. "You're not the janitor. You're the man who showed up when no one else did." Ethan swallowed hard, emotions he rarely showed rising in his eyes. He climbed into the ambulance without another word. The healing of the body and the heart. Ava's mother recovered. Doctors said his intervention saved her life. Ava filed charges immediately, and her ex-husband was arrested. But Ethan didn't disappear back into the shadows. Ava couldn't let him. She began inviting him for dinner, talking to him, understanding him. He began repairing the broken trust Lily had in grown-ups. Slowly, painfully, Ava opened up to him, something she hadn't done with anyone in years. Ethan shared his truth. He'd taken a janitor job to escape his past. Too many missions, too many wounds. He needed peace, and he found it in small routines, in cleaning floors, in quiet moments. He never expected to become part of someone's family again. Especially not theirs. The ending. A new beginning. One evening, weeks later, Ava stood beside him on the rooftop of her building. "You saved my family," she whispered. "Can you stay with us? Not as a janitor, as someone we need in our lives." Ethan smiled softly. "I'll stay," he said. "If you want me to." Ava took his hand for the first time. "We want you more than you know." Lily, watching from behind the door, grinned. "I told you he's a superhero," she whispered. And for the first time in a long, painful journey, Ethan felt something new. Home. Powerful moral message. Never judge someone by their job, their clothes, or their silence. The quietest person in the room may carry the strongest heart, the deepest wounds, or the greatest courage. Sometimes the world's real heroes don't wear uniforms anymore. Sometimes they carry mops instead of medals. And sometimes, they save families in ways no one else can.